sometimes you're driving or you're walking down the street and you hear something really, really loud, and you just know it's somebody's muffler is falling off, or it's just falling all apart, or you're walking along and you nearly sideswiped by a car because you never hear the fucking thing coming. That's because of an invention called a muffler, because engines are loud pieces of equipment. And that same technology that goes into mufflers goes into other devices like silencers, which are made for guns. And the first silencers produced back in 1934, or at least the silencers were regulated started back in 1934. The person who invented this also invented the same technology that goes into the modern muffler that we have today for our cars. But
yeah, the early 1900s.
Yeah, the early 1900s, right. The reason why we're talking about silencers tonight is because the Trump administration has thought, well, silencers don't seem like a bad thing. Let's just make getting one a little bit easier. Right
cut
now,
down on noise pollution.
Yeah, cut down on noise pollution. Now, most people, when they think about a silencer, they think, the ones in the movie, they go, pew, pew, pew. That's just not a thing. That's just not a thing. That's just movie magic. That's just movie magic. The actual sound of a silencer is closer to like you slamming your car door kind of hard. It's a matter of decibel levels, and since the decibel levels are lower because you're literally muffling the sound of the bullet out there.
Not so much a silencer as a muffler.
Right, exactly. So you can't go and assassinate someone's head of state of another country and like no one would be able to know where the sound came from, because that's just not a thing unless a lot of people are closing their doors and their cars around the same time. You have to time that out, and that kind of shit just doesn't happen.
And not unless you plan really, really well.
Right, exactly. Plan it really, really well. But the Republicans want to bring the ability to buy these a lot easier. Currently, right now, you're on a waiting list. You have to go through a long process that takes almost a full year before you can even get a silencer, and you have to pass a criminal background check and all this other stuff. Now, the bill that they're putting this on, which really, really is irritating, because the fact is that they are trying to say this is a Hearing Protection Act. Oh, okay, let's put it on a name like that on there. So who's going to fight a bill called the Hearing Protection Act? Really? Come on, guys. Let's be honest about this. You guys want to put more guns on the street. You want to put more silencers in the hands of gun owners. And this is total bullshit. This is going to possibly, well, the government anyway regulated these so heavily because they were afraid that this was going to increase criminal activity, because it'd be harder to locate where the sound of a gunshot came from. Kind of your thought.
It makes it harder to identify the bullet, by the way.
Yes, exactly.
Well, and they're trying to say that this is for sportsmen. This is, you got hunters out there, and when they're using the rifle out in the field, it's really loud. But
Poor little deer.
Yeah, again, that's what hearing protection is for, especially in the firing range, and vision protection. You're supposed to wear the safety glasses too, but
right. They don't want to wear the big earphones there, Connie, because the fact is everybody looks silly wearing big orange earphones.
Well, then if you fall out of the tree stand and you're screaming and your partners have their headphones on, they won't ear protection on, they won't hear you scream.
Won't hear you scream. Yeah, well.
You're so drunk in the tree stand.
If you're that drunk, you probably feel it when you hit the ground anyway.
No, I suspect that they want it for the sportsmen, because then the deer can't fire at them. I'm laughing, but it's actually not funny. They keep trying to make it way easier for so-called sportsmen, for gun owners to have things that, I don't know, I don't have a word for it. There's a word for it and I can't think of it. And I think that too, that, it decreases the noise and recoil and improves accuracy.
Yeah.
And it can increase your firing time, because if the gun's more stable, then you're able to either with a handgun to be able to pull the trigger quicker on an automatic and on rifles. So I don't know, this in 2015 Congress tried to pass something similar and it got stopped, but the ATF and all those people are there, they see that the door is probably pretty wide open right now.
This is not a good thing to be putting on the back on the streets for anybody to get access to it easily. There are reasons why there are certain things we don't have access to easily. This is
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
them.
yeah,
Tom, your
yeah.
thoughts?
My thoughts are that this administration is going to be known for repealing everything that has benefited society in the last, I don't know, 150 years. Repealing all environmental laws, repealing any health standards, repealing women's rights, repealing gay rights, and of course, repealing any gun safety laws.
Yeah.
Let's kill off Americans. That's
Yeah,
the plan.
you know what we should all do? Just go
But
back
not
to
abortions.
and put
Not
a fire in
abortions.
there.
You cannot kill off unborn kids. You can only kill off the ones that are already born.
Sure.
And cut food for the elderly and the food programs for the elderly and the kids too.
Oh, yeah.
That's,
Yeah, they cut the wheels for wheels. Yeah.
but
Wheels on
anything
wheels.
that
So just real quick, and these are the same people that are going to be shocked when another Sandy Hook happens.
No, they won't. And they won't care. They won't care if it happens. I was thinking about that. Something like that's going to happen, especially. And let's put a silencer in the.
They still think the last one was a fake.
Yeah, they still think the last.
Oh, sweet Jesus!
Yeah.
The CIA staged the whole thing. They were actors.
Yeah, it was so Obama could take your guns. Well, he didn't take your guns. You all still own your guns, don't you?
Well, he was waiting until he was out of office so he could do it real sneaky like.
Right. He's gonna break into all your homes all by himself.
well, he comes in via microwaves, so we know that. So check your
He's
oven.
watching it through the mic.
That's because you can't put you can't use aluminum foil yet.
Right. Atheist Ranger, do you have any thoughts on this?
This is just so fucking stupid. I mean, it made me even more angry when I think recently they got rid of a law that would allow people with severe mental conditions to get guns.
Yeah, we
Right,
talked about that a while back, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the thing was, I think people who pretty much people who can't handle their own finances, they think it's okay to have a gun.
Well, I think they've lowered the age for buying a gun to 6 months now, didn't it?
Yeah.
If you're old enough to hold it, you're old enough to own it.
Well, they end up sucking on the barrel, you know.
You're out of your mother's womb now. You need protection.
But I think it's just self-explanatory. There's no way if this is going to lead to more crime once again, and this is what happens when you have private money going to politicians.
Unlimited private money, unlimited corporate money that has untraceable.
Exactly. I see this country going back to the time like the 1920s where we had the gangs roaming around with the Tommy guns and things like that. And
Wall Street?
Yeah, Wall Street. I was thinking along the times of like Al Capone, you know.
Yeah, Wall Street.
Yeah.
Now, Paul Marshall has a article linked in the chat room. Alabama committee votes to scrap concealed carry permits.
Oh,
why?
Well, it's Alabama.
Can we fucking give the South back to Mexico, please?
Yeah.
Oh,
Good.
Yes. I think and Mexico's like, we don't want that.
It was like, yeah, no, you guys
kick out all the illegals.
Yeah.
Okay, can we at least give Texas back to Mexico?
Yeah. I
Technically,
know.
that was theirs.
Yeah. Well, Texas counts as its own country, you know. So
the ATF was trying to say that silencers are used very rarely in criminal shootings. Given the lack of criminality associated with silencers, it's reasonable to conclude that they should not be viewed as a threat to public safety.
It's not used in crimes that much because it's heavily restricted.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Exactly.
But once
and if
less restricted, well, let's just see how the gun violence goes up a lot further, a lot faster.
if this passes, by the way, they're going to give a rebate to the people who bought a silencer between October 15th, 2015 to forward, because there's a transfer fee of $200 right now. That's in addition to the waiting period. So they're going to refund all those.
Oh, so they're going to refund their waiting fees and everything.
Well,
that's nice.
There's been 400,000 more silencers sold to the public than in 2015. I'm not quite sure. There's 1.3 million silencers currently registered. So that's quite an increase in the last 2 years, I guess.
Wow. That's horrible. That's just fucking horrible.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, let's get on to our next topic for this evening. I recently had some conversations with certain people online. I'm not going to name them because, frankly, I don't give a damn what their names were, but they have this idea that they think that climate change isn't real because reasons or religion or whatever, but climate change is a fact. And of course, I've also heard on the radio on places like Coast to Coast, they make this claim that it's not global warming, it's global cooling, which would still be climate change, you fucking idiots. Anyway.
Branding has everything to do with that. It really
exactly.
does if you think about it, the way it's presented.
Yeah, exactly.
Like ACA became Obamacare, blah, blah, blah. So anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing is that there is more research. The fact is that because of climate change, people are getting sick. And they are getting sick more often and in more unusual ways than they normally would have. Because, like up here in Wisconsin, we have mosquitoes. We have a lot of mosquitoes. We have some biting insects that will literally carry you away almost.
But as bad as one in Alaska.
What's that?
Not as bad as